So here I am, it's Susie Hately here, and you'll notice that if you've been following me here on Facebook, that when I do these lives, I don't tend to have this stuff around me. I don't tend to have my little wee cute boy in my arms because the topics aren't normally about my children or about me as a mom. But this one is particular, right? Because something that I came to realize back in December was when I was doing my practice, I was starting to notice quite a bit of stiffness in through my back and my hips. And I started to realize that how I was carrying my children, whether it was both at the same time or whether it was just the one, that I was doing the typical mom thing. And that is, you ready, Lewis? That is, I was doing this, right? And you can see that my hip's coming out, right? So I started to do a variety of things, like holding my little monkey right in front of me here and paying really close attention to being on the 3 points of my feet. But something more that I really wanted to also make a point of is I needed to be really conscientious of how I was lifting them up. And so what I would do, ready? You ready to play? You ready to play? Is that I would come in, you'll see me here. So I come down as far as I can comfortably come down, doing the same thing on both sides, right? So I'm here, you can see I'm doing basically a squat, and then I'm able to lift him up without having to do this, right? Without having to kind of do this, or without kind of being in an awkward position, yeah? You want the ball, don't you? So the idea is the best that you can, do the same thing when you're lifting your kids. Do the same thing on both sides. So you're working through your hip and your knee and your ankle very similarly left to right, okay? Now, let's see how much more bandwidth I've got with this ball. When you're holding, especially when you've got the one, now it's difficult, I know. You want to get the ball? It's difficult. See how I just did that? How I just dropped them down like that? It's amazing how that kind of action a number of times in a row, day after day, can then start to make a shift between your pelvis and your ribs. And then you might start to notice some other stuff going on, right? Like, which is what I did in December. I just started to notice some whispers of stuff. And so then I started to pay closer attention to how I was lifting, how I was carrying, and really catching it. So he was quite sick a week ago. He was in the vomiting mode about a week ago, and I found his heavy weight was sort of on me, and I was in that classic position like this, right? He was just coming on me, and so I played here, coming more into a squat again, and just holding him like this, and really taking it really in my legs, and thinking about it through my hips, and feeling the bottoms of my feet on the floor, right? So then when I can come down here, come here, bud. Nope, it's not going to come here. But I can be here, and I can bring him up that way. And it's made all the difference in the world. So even though, as you see me here, you'll see me standing like this before I had children. You'll see me standing like this sometimes when I present. Right? That's just something that I tend to do. And so now that I'm starting to become that much more aware of how these relationships of my ribs, my pelvis, and my legs, how they all relate, I'm going to come up. Right? I can be here, then I can start to improve how those pieces all work. So you see here, he can now be on my one side here as I talk to you, and I don't have to come into here. And it does require some awareness. Yeah. It does require some awareness. Do you want the balls? No? Okay. It does require some awareness about how you are moving while you're also being with your little one. Yeah? Go ahead. Give it a go. No, not yet? Okay. So those are a couple of little ideas and considerations. And pay attention. In the coming weeks, I'm going to show you a little bit what I'm doing for a yoga practice perspective that I started to do to really shift up how my body was working with being a mom. Right? Because there is a load carrying these little munchkins, whether I've got one or two, there is a load, and I've been really able to manage it and actually grow my function in an incredible way. So stay tuned for some other little posts that I do over the next several weeks, and I'll give you some more ideas of what you can do for yourself if you've got little ones, or if you're teaching little ones, or if there are little ones in your life that you tend to be doing a lot of this with, okay? Have a great, great time exploring. To all you moms out there, know that you can become more functional, your body can feel good, that things can change. It's one step at a time, being really clear about getting aware of how your body is, how your body's moving, and then intervene to match. All right, if you want any help with that, let me know. You can connect with me on private message, or you can email us as well. Alrighty, take care. Toodaloo.